Number one toxic trait is intermittent reinforcement. This is a tactic that is applied to reinforce the reoccurring of a certain behavior. This is a toxic character, a toxic tactic. I don't want any man to apply or to use it, but I'm just here to tell you that it works. You act in a certain way and then you pull back. When you work an overtime, sometimes you get paid $100. This is not a guarantee that every time you will work an overtime, you will be paid $100. But there is a likelihood that you will end up getting the $100. Now, this is the reinforcement that most women get addicted to. Trying to mess with her head psychologically, whereby a man shows love, and then maybe he takes her out on a date, and then he stops showing love. It's like the lady is now trying to pay attention to this man, trying to gauge him, to understand him, to analyze why Isaac stopped talking to me, why Isaac is not responding to my calls, why we are not even meeting up again. And when she's almost giving up on Isaac, she got tired of trying to gauge him. Isaac likes her picture. He plans for a second date. He communicates with her. And it's not consistent. The same behavior that this guy has been acting is different. You haven't been responding to my texts, and then after 2 days, you tell me that you have been busy, but you want us to have a date. Okay, so do you mean that every time I try to get Isaac out of his shell, I get tired and I want to pull back? Now Isaac again tries to bait me, and he likes my photos, he views my status, now he shows attention. To a woman, psychologically, this is now the results of the efforts that I tried to figure this guy out. I tried to call him, I tried to text him. I am convinced that the hard work has finally paid off. I have been working an overtime. I haven't been paid for the past few weeks. But now that they are paying me $100, I believe that the hard work paid off. It is obviously toxic because I might be just manipulating this lady. What I need is lust with Hannah. But Hannah thinks this is a relationship. She is also working hard for this relationship. And Anna believes we are building a serious relationship. So toxic men know how to manipulate, trick women just to get what they want from the women. I know this is toxic and I don't want men to use it, but most of the time it works. That is why you will find most men, it's easier to bait them. Mary hasn't been responding to my text. If I try hard, eventually Mary will text back, will call back. And you expect the same tactic, the same intermittent reinforcement to work on Mary? No. That can only work if women are the ones who are applying the tactic, like they are trying hard and how you respond. These men who have tapped into women's psychology, they use this trick to manipulate and take advantage of low-value women. Every step, every action you apply in that relationship, she has to make it make sense to her psychologically. Now that the fun is ending, there is no vacation, there is no you calling back, there is no you showing more love. She will be forced because she has to work for that so that she can get those results. She has to pull you out of your shell to get the results. And I don't want you guys to use this tactic. It only works with low-value women. But even some high-value women, it's easier to trap them. My young sister was talking to this guy, but most of the time, the guy wasn't responding to her texts. She will be disappointed, and then she will call me. Why is this guy not responding to my texts? Yet he was the one who showed more interest in me. Then I tell her, give him time. When I observed the behavior of this guy, he has consistently been using this trick. When I try to convince her that, you know what, you need to have a conversation with this guy so that You can know your way forward with him. This is what she will tell me. But I think he has been busy. He called me and he explained. He has really been working hard and he just wants to take a day off. We are going for a dinner date. You know what? I think I was just paranoid. He appreciated that I was checking up on him. But this guy will just pull back without communicating to my sister. And then he will just move on with his life. Maybe after 2 weeks, he will come back with an explanation. He will offer to take my sister out on a date. My sister has been approached by different types of men who are even high value, that is according to me, who are better in communicating, in setting boundaries. She's not attracted to these men. Rather, she is obsessed to this toxic guy, whereby one day he will just tell her, I'm sending you this fare. I want you to be available at this time. I won't be long. I have a meeting to attend. And he will meet with my sister, right? They will have fun, right? And then he will exit. My sister sometimes will call me so that I can have time with her. They will just take a vacation for 2 days or 3 days. And then he will again leave without explanation. This is totally toxic. But apparently, most women get addicted to this behavior. This is unique. That is intriguing. Why is he not predictable? I will be going a certain place. I will pass by your place. Can you come say hi to me? This is obviously toxic, right, Isaac? Wrong. According to her, this is what we call love. Every time my sister wants to have a conversation with him, he is not available. He is busy. But when he wants to talk to my sister, they can have a conversation. And then the next time that will happen, maybe it will be after 1 month. In between, it will be us just having dates. Self-esteem deficit. Like alpha men who are more powerful and somehow controlling. To her, this is the guy, at least, who understands her better. Like, she wants a guy who is controlling, who is always swaying her, trying to pull her to act in a certain way. Most of these women, they will even say that men are not even confident and they are not alpha enough to be men in a relationship. He will even shout at her, disrespect her, inconsistently show up. This is the guy who matches up with her self-esteem. It's just a medication of, I feel good that he is not showing up consistently. I feel good that sometimes he shouts at me. He controls me. And sometimes he just totally doesn't show up. According to a woman, this guy, maybe he is the alpha. He doesn't care how I look. If I take care of myself, what he cares is what he wants, the sex. And because this guy doesn't bother how this lady looks, this is the guy who matches her vibe. This guy doesn't care about my looks. And subconsciously, she's convinced that this guy matches with my vibe. I'm trying to communicate to men that most women will just pick men who don't care about how they look because they suffer from a low self-esteem deficit. Okay? And now that this guy is giving out this energy, it is fulfilling that deficit. He can let me be the way I want to be. When in reality, it is an insecurity that I have that allowed me to pick this guy. And this is why I am okay when this guy treats me this way. It is toxic, but women obsess over these character in men, the ones who are emotionally unavailable. With emotional unavailability, it involves more of, if I have something that is going on in my life, I lost a mortgage. When I try to tell Mary that I lost a mortgage, I just mention, I don't go into details because that will allow her to also open up to you, and yet she doesn't want to open up to you. So it's more of the details. You give me an information, but then you do not go into details because I don't want to experience that. I don't want to feel for you. So that proves to me that you are an emotionally unavailable man. I lost a mortgage. In the evening, we go have a date. This is a guy who is just available by body, physically. The body is present, but the guy internally deep down is not present. I feel like we can match. I will also never open up to him, and I won't tell him my insecurities. And to me, this guy right here, he is the best mate for this relationship. I can have fun with Anne, but my mind is elsewhere. I am not really enjoying that moment with Anne. I just want to get this feeling out of my body, and then I will leave. Reggie's dead, baby you, another new loyal fan, Samuel Ikibru. Like, I think that is your name. Those are the 3 loyal fans.